Brown coming to you from Griffin Art, deep in the heart of West Texas. Today is another day of art too. I try to record these on Wednesdays, and a lot of times I don't get them edited and uploaded until Thursday, but that's okay. That's all right. This is the second week of February 2016. What is going on? What's going on with you people? I have a little drink here with me. Sparkling water. It's a nice choice when I don't want to drink soda, and I particularly like the lime flavor. I have gone insaner apparently in the last couple of weeks. I have bought several things, several products. Some of them I ordered, some of them I just picked up. And I hadn't done that in a long while because I had so much stuff. I have a whole box of stuff to give away. And I basically just reloaded, I guess, if that's the best way to say that. But let's do products first today. A lot of the pieces that I do in mixed media involve acrylic paint, and there are lots and lots of grades of acrylic paint. A video that I can recommend to you is by Cinnamon Cooney, the Art Sherpa. She's got a testing video on light fastness and saturation of different paints. And so, just like with anything, you can buy a Cadillac or you can buy a Pinto. And the Cadillac brand is probably golden. Which way do I turn it? It's going to get me every time. The Cadillac brand is golden. And these are the 1 ounce of fluid acrylics of theirs. This one happens to be Diary-Lyed Yellow. I have a dozen or so of these small paints because I can't afford the big ones. They come in 5 ounce, and then I think it moves up to 12 ounce and larger. It's expensive. On the Golden's label, and I don't know if I can get it close enough to where you can see it, but there's no, it's not, you're not going to be able to see it in the light. Anyway, trust me, on the label there's a series number of what series that color belongs in. And they have 1 through, I think, 7 or 8. And they get pricier as you move up in series. Even for the small guys, some of the series 7s are, I think $12, $13 for an ounce, or an ounce. So, I stick to the 1 ounce bottles, and I'm careful about the colors I choose. I want to choose stuff that I know I'm going to use, stuff that I'm not going to use all on one project. But golden acrylics are, you get what you pay for on this deal. It's wonderful. They move well. If it's going to be and it also tells you on the label, which you can't see. You can kind of see right here the paint bleeding through those little stripes. They give you a swatch on there to show you how transparent it is. So that's golden. Their mediums tend to be a lot less expensive than the actual paint. Another brand of acrylic paint that I use is Liquitex Basics. These are a lot more pocket friendly. This was $5. And it is, how much is it? This is 4 ounces. It can be thinned. It's fairly creamy. It's not as viscous as the golden, but I like the Liquitex Basics as well. Now, if you're looking for something that's really wallet friendly, I recommend the Americana brand. These I think were $1 a piece. Sometimes you can get them for less. And for whatever reason, I bought 3 greens this week because I was out of green and I wanted some variety in my shading. If you're buying craft paint like this, And I didn't know this until recently, which I think I picked up in that same video from Cinnamon Cooney, and I'll link to that video for you so you can go and check it out. If you are looking at craft paints and you find some that have these gold lids versus ones that have a black lid, like this. This is usually a multi-surface. This is a neon pink by Folk Art. This is a multi-surface. The ones with the gold lids are actually for fine art. And you can tell the difference. The craft paints have a little bit more filler in them. They're going to have a little more plasticky texture when they dry. The Americanas with the gold caps, they're my favorites. And they have a nice texture. They have moderate coverage for the things that I want to do. They're matte when they dry, which I also like. So I had picked these up this week. And green is my favorite color. And now I have 3 greens. And I will, plus whatever's up there. I will tell you what these colors are. This is Sour Apple. Then I have Citron. I've had this one for a while. This one's not new. The Sour Apple's new. And then I have a Kelly Green. So those were all new to me. And the other new one, the other new one was this one. Hauser Light, which is sort of an olive color. So green, 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 lots of green. Another new thing that I picked up, it's not new to me. These are my absolute favorite craft brushes in the world. These are at Michael's. And I always get this 3-pack because you get an angle, a filbert, and a flat. And I believe they're 1 inch. Yeah, they're all 1 inch. The flat is 1 inch. And the angular is 1 inch. The oval wash, the filbert looking one is just an oval. They have a gray handle. Here's one over here that sits in my water all the time. Here it is unwrapped. Well loved. Grippy tip. Gray handle. These are the ones I love. I picked these up at Michael's. And I think it's about $5 for a pack of these. And a couple of them, my old flat and angle I had left out, and so they dried and they were crunchy and it was gross. And I tried a bunch of ways to try and get the stuff off. But anyway, I love these brushes. They hold up and they're a good deal. I picked up a mixed media paper pack from 7 Gypsies this week. And here's the stack of stuff I picked up. It had a piece of burlap in it, green burlap, and this sort of burnt orange fabric, just a couple of scraps. And then it had a fairly large stack of these, what is that, 1 inch by 1 inch, 2 inch by 2 inch paper pieces. Can you see the pattern? It's got kind of a red stitching pattern. These are not double-sided. They were white on the back. And there were a couple of pieces of fake ephemera in there. A card like that. This has got some kind of weird print on it. And this one's double-sided, has music on the back. There was a piece of corrugated cardboard, which I tend to save stuff like this, but I have to be careful or it will take over because I'll find so much of it. If you've got a cardboard box, you know what I'm talking about. You can just peel that top layer off. It's nice for texturing. It makes neat designs if you're using a jelly plate. It's kind of fun. So there was a piece of that in there. And there were these 5x5 sheets. This is a heavier cardstock type almost. It's got a neat argyle. And on the flip side, it's green with a light pattern stamped in there that kind of looks like trees. And also in that package, this is what really drew me to it. This is paper stock, this plaid. I love this plaid. It's almost Madras. I wish I had a pair of shorts in this plaid, and I'd wear them too. I would. And it is double-sided, and it has leaves on the back. So that's what was in my 7 Gypsies paper pad. And if I still had the wrapping, I could even tell you the name of it. But I don't. It was marked down. It was $2.99, I believe, at Michael's. So I'll add that to my little rack over here where I keep that stuff. Bigger products that I ordered. I didn't realize these were going to be as big as they are, okay? I'm just telling you. I ordered a couple of stencils. This is a 12 by 12 feather stencil. Hello. I like this a lot. It's big, but man, do I like it. This is Julie Faye Fan Bowser for the Crafters Workshop, I believe. And let me show you what I did with this awesome stencil that I love, even though it's big. I started working this week in a larger, now I'm not going to find it. Oh, it's right in front of me. In a larger mixed media journal. I worked in the Dilutions journal for a long time, almost a year, and it's so thick and textured that the pages are rounded and I could only work on one side, and I'm over halfway through it. I just put that away. I may use the rest of the pages for junk pages. I picked up a Strathmore. This is a Strathmore mixed media journal. It's got a decent cover. I'm not really a fan of this brown textury thing. I will probably do something over the top of that and I'll report back to you. It is the size. It's 140-pound paper with a vellum finish for wet and dry media. 22 pages, 9 by 12. So here's what I did with the feathers. I traced them in with Derwent Inktense pencils and then worked on some shading. So I thought it was really cool. I just love it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this page yet, but I really like that stencil. Then I picked up another stencil, also 12 by 12. This is Carmen Medlin for the Crafters Workshop. This is a music stencil. My husband and I are both musicians. We're both vocalists. We both sing. I'm an alto. He's a tenor. He actually has a degree in music performance from Texas Tech. Guns up, go Red Raiders. I don't have a degree in it, but I'm a vocalist and a pianist, and so we're music people, and I thought this would be a good investment. And it's large. I mean, it's gonna, if I work in this Strathmore journal, it's gonna cover a whole page. It'll make a nice background. Can have a little fun with that. This is kind of funny. I use palette paper when I'm painting. See? It's just a little pad. It's almost like wax paper. This one was Strathmore. They're not expensive. They're about $5. And if Michael's has a buy one, get one half off, that's even better. I could not find, and that's my last sheet in this pad, I could not find palette paper at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or my regular art supply store. Is there a shortage? I don't know, palette paper people. And it's not something that I wanted to wait to be delivered. I should be able to get it here. And I do have some palettes that I don't use all the time. I use those because they're quick and easy. Let me show you this one. It's way down here. See? Palette. I just don't like to clean them up. And then stuff dries on them. And I have some of those little cheapo round ones that have all the wells in it. My kids mostly use those. So I finally found one that's 12 by 16. It cracked me up. Excuse me, I just ate lunch and there was a piece of cracker stuck up in my cheek. It's huge. It's huge. 12 by 16, 40 sheets. So, I don't know. I guess I'll cut them in half and use them a half at a time. But that was just too funny to me. Like there's a shortage on palette paper. Another product that I got this week. I told a couple friends about these yesterday. I got I ordered these from Amazon because it was the best price I could find. The Derwent Inktense blocks, much like Derwent Inktense pencils, only it's not a pencil, it's a block that is about the size of a pastel. They look like this. I'm going to give you an honest opinion. When coloring with them, what you do is you lay the color down and then wet over it like you would a watercolor pencil. That doesn't work so great with the blocks, I feel like, because I can still see the marks. I can see the scrumbling marks in the page. And I'll see if I can show you what I mean because I tried them out. With these blocks, you can also wet your brush and touch it to the block and then apply it to whatever you're working on, which works a lot better with these. The pencils, the Derwent Inktense pencils, has the same pigment in here where the lead should be. And these are ink. They're not watercolor. I only learned that recently I heard that from 2 different sources, and I thought, well, okay. Once they dry, they're permanent. But it has the same ink in the lead portion as these blocks. I feel that I can get a little bit better gradient for blending and whatnot when I'm laying it down with a pencil versus laying it down with the block. The blocks work a lot better if you've got it in your hand and your little wet brush. I use a little Kuretake water brush. See, it's got water in the barrel. No, you can't see. How would you be able to see? Anyway, there's water in the barrel, and you just give it a little squeeze, and it wets the tip. It works a lot better if I've got the block here, and I'm picking up paint this way, and then laying it down. The ink, not paint, ink. I had another sample page in here. See, I did this with the blocks, and you can see where you've laid it down. It just, I don't know. And then I tried another way to see if I could use the sides or the edges. This part right here has not been wet. That's just color laid down. So this is what it looks like dry. And this is what it looks like after you lay the water on it. And I switched to a bigger brush even, just a regular brush dipped in water in my brush toilet. And it's not nearly as smooth as using the pencils. This was all pencil. And I was able to get a better lay down, a better wash, a better gradient, a better blending. But they're going to be fun to play with. I'm going to try some different things with them. And like I said, applying it to the wet brush and then to your substrate works a lot better. Is that it as far as products? Oh, these little stampies. I found these on sale at Michael's. I think they were $2. They must have been trying to get rid of them. They're tall and long. See how long they are? But in my endeavors to try and make things say something all the time, I can stamp out words and things with this. And I do keep a couple of other alphabet stamps close by. I've got a little alphabet here that's more of a script. And then these are my favorite. These look like typeset little guys. And these are tiny. Tiny little guys. Look at this. Ooh. My big sausage fingers. So, and I keep those close at hand. I think that's it as far as product. It just seemed like a lot to me. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Seemed like a lot to me. Oh, one other product. These little things, these are called silks by Color Art. I had seen my friends over at the crafters community using these a lot, and I thought, well, all right. And I found some on sale, and I ordered them, and I got them here, and I posted to my friends, okay, I have them. Now what do I do with them? I don't, am I supposed to mix them with stuff? Do I mix them with paint? And they basically answered, paint with them. They're acrylic glazes. Look at that color. Oh man, I don't know if you can see how nice that color is. That is nice. They're acrylic glazes. They don't go on quite that pigmented. They're a little more translucent once you lay them down. This is azurite, and I think I got 1, 2, 3, 6. I got 6. There's a green and a purpley. The gold and bronze ones were the ones that drew me in on that set. And then there's sort of a rose pink, rose gold. Sorry about that. Ooh, I'm wearing my Zeppelin shirt today. I've had this shirt for probably 15 years. Anyway, that's all for product. Oh, no, it's not. Last product, had a lot of friends talking about a paint brand called PBO. P-E-B-E-O. PBO is the name of it. I'd never heard of it. I always saw it on the clearance rack at Hobby Lobby, but it was more for printmaking and that sort of thing. So I ordered a couple, and here they are. PBO Studio acrylics, high viscosity. This is iridescent green blue. And number 358, this is iridescent orange yellow, 353. They're beautiful. I did a cityscape in my art journal this week and used these on top of some gray. They're gorgeous. I want all of their iridescent colors if they're all this nice. It moves well. It's very creamy. It was lovely. And I'll show you the page I did. Sure will. That will segue nicely into projects from this week, which hasn't been a whole lot. I've been working on some stuff for a mail art swap that I signed up with. I'm excited about this. Oh, you know what? My underpaper dried to the opposite side of my journal. It's all right. I got it. Here it is. Ta-da! Can you see the shine? Oh man, I love it. And I really like this page. Friend of mine asked me, how big is that and is it for sale? I said, it's not very big and it's in my art journal. But what I can do is a shameless plug. I'm going to upload some of my art journal pages onto Society 6. Society 6 is a website for artists, and I'm going to give my friend the option of ordering a print of this, should he so desire. I only have one thing up there so far, which I'm probably going to pull down because I need to fiddle with the pictures and crop background stuff out and just make sure I take a nicer photo. But still with my phone, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not a photographer. Anyway, so that was one project. I have, is there anything else I haven't posted? You can follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, and I like it a lot. And I follow other artists there. I did this page earlier this week. I don't think I posted a picture of that. It says, enjoy the journey. It's got a suitcase down here that's kind of covered up. It's a few tickets. This was written with my Feud brush pen. It's written all in Japanese and always leaks all over my hand, but whatever. It was quick and easy, and I think it turned out okay. I liked that. And I've got one in progress here with that plaid paper from Seven Gypsies, and the rest of this is covered with super heavy gesso, so it's got some texture, but not a ton. I kind of wanted it to look like drywall, but I'll put some paint over that. Last project I'll show you yesterday on Craft It Live with my friends over at the Craft Shack and the Crafters community. We had another guest artist, and she showed us a mixed media piece, and she did a technique that she calls exclusion. And So she laid down this gorgeous background and then painted on top of it. It was just the cutest thing. And her name is Shel, and I will link to her channel so you can go over and take a look. And I'll also link to the Craft It Live video if you want to go over and take a look at that. I did not do the picture that she did, but I kind of did my own thing. Here we go. You can see my background through the butterfly wings because I wanted to make it wings. But I didn't segment the butterfly. Oh, that's that PBO paint that you're catching the shimmer on. Anyway, so that was kind of fun to play along and do that. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Shel is super, super good. You'll enjoy watching that. And while I'm plugging my friends, my good friend Vicki Ross, who I met on the crafters community, I just had started watching some of her videos, and we talk back and forth at the crafters community, and we have a chance to visit every now and then through Google Hangouts. Vicki is just a fantastic artist. She worked in the fine art industry many years ago. Her channel is one of the funniest, most interesting things that you can watch. I am telling you, she is a funny, funny lady. And practical and just delightful all the way around. Specifically, her most recent video, she did a collage wine bottle. Just gorgeous, gorgeous things. So I'm going to give you a little Linky Love to Vicki's channel. Go and watch her. She's an awesome, awesome gal. I love her. Thoughts for today. Today is Ash Wednesday. We're entering the Lenten season. For those of you in more of a more liturgical faith background, I am not. I grew up in an independent Christian church, and so church services that have a lot of liturgy type things, Episcopal churches, Catholic churches, Methodist churches, things like that, hold a lot of interest for me because I enjoy that. And I decided that for Lent, I was going to give up pasta as far as food, which is a big thing for me. I'm Italian, and I eat it probably once a week. I gave it up for a long time because I was in recovery for compulsive overeating. Still am. That's an everyday battle. And so I didn't eat pasta for a long time because I tend to overeat on it. And it wasn't because I was still hungry. It was because I was remembering my family and my mother. And so I am not going to have pasta during Lent. And possibly meat, but I don't know. I need the protein because I exercise every day, and I need the protein, so meat may be just a Friday thing. But I also wanted to bring my art journey into that somehow, and I keep a Bible for Bible journaling. This is a New American Standard Bible by Zondervan. I guess it's leather. I actually don't think it is. Anyway, I bought this on Amazon specifically for Bible journaling because the margins, just flip open to something random here. This is Matthew. The margins are really wide and big. So I can get down here. I can get on the sides. And I'll show you one that I've done. And I've noticed some of my friends picking up on this in their everyday life. Here's a page I did. That's nice. This is for Romans 8:28. Anybody who knows that? And I think I've got one back here in my favorite verse in Philippians. Yeah. So I'm going to try and art journal in my Bible every day during Lent, at least one page. Another thing that I want to read during Lent is this little book here. This was given to me, loaned to me by a friend. I don't know if he'll ever get it back. I may have to get him a copy, buy my own copy. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? This is Common Prayer, a liturgy for ordinary radicals. For somebody that didn't grow up in a tradition that has set prayers and things for different times, this has been a good revelation for me. There are, as a morning prayer, a noonday prayer, and an evening prayer. There are different suggested readings for each month. There are suggested verses. So I'm going to use this in conjunction with my Bible journaling and giving up pasta for Lent. To him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we could ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us. Look at me crying in my own dang video. Okay, I'm okay. Let me get a drink. And that's about it for today. We're at 30 minutes. 30 minutes already? I've sat here and jawed for 30 minutes. I hope you have a great day. I hope you get time to yourself, time to refresh, reflect during the Lenten season. What are you giving up for Lent? Do you practice Lent? Do you care? Talk to me about it. I'm going to have a Passover Seder in April. That's going to be fun to talk about. Get your hands dirty. Paint something. Do something. And remember always to give love.